Now then, miss.
Good morning, Ruth. Or it would be if I could get all these young men inside and sat down.
Boys will be boys, eh?
Brown, put that down.
Morning, miss. Just one for you today.
Good morning, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Robert, Mother, it's from William. It's a letter from William.
My name is Grace Crowder. I grew up in the village of Thimbleby. I and my two little brothers, William and Robert, lived in the house in which we were born, just like my father and grandfather. We enjoyed a happy country childhood with the run of the fields and the village. My family were an established firm of nurserymen and seed merchants, going back 4 generations. Not that, as a woman, I'd have been expected to have had much to do with such things. At least, not before the war. William had volunteered for the Lincolnshire Yeomanry in 1915, much to our parents' dismay and our youthful and naive approval. But how we looked forward to his letters home, and his occasional visits too.
Well, that is good news. He's been away far too long this time. Have you told Mother?
Yes, she's delighted, of course. Immediately sent Alice off to the butcher's to see if she could get some meat.
And you say he's due back today?
That's what the letter says. They're normally so prompt, but this one seems to have taken its time to get here.
Well, we'd better finish polishing this old girl up before he arrives.
I don't think you're ever finished polishing this car. If you're not fiddling with that rockery, you're out here polishing off every speck of dust you think you can see.
Well, I'm finished now. And mind you, keep your grubby hands off it. I may be your little brother, but I'll brook no handprints.
When William's back, we'll get him to take a photograph of you in the car. You could frame it. Robert and his true love. Here he is!
So Baker just stands there, this stuff all over his face. Sergeant looming over him, bright red with anger. And he says, "Sorry, sir, I was away that day."
Oh, the poor fellow.
It sounds like so much fun.
It has its moments. It's all quite boring, really. Grooming the horses, mucking out, drills, marching. It's all quite repetitive.
Do you think you might be sent to the front?
I don't know. Probably not. No news so far, and all reports say things are going well. It'll probably be over by Christmas.
I hope so. I hope I won't be receiving my papers. And we need you back here, Will. These girls are taking over the village.
Yes, it's a big improvement.
It certainly is. We shall have this place running perfectly by the time you get back.
See, they're getting too big for their boots.
Bob! I leave you in charge and you lose the village to the girls.
Well, it's not surprising. I could always beat you both at anything when we were little.
Such lies! Bob, how have you let our sister run out of control?
He's been too busy building his rockery. I slipped out, took the car, and we women have taken over the whole country while you've been playing soldier.
Be honest, William. Just how bad is it?
You know I can't answer that. I'm not at the front. I'm a long way from the front. I'm not seeing any action, and as far as I can tell, I'm unlikely to see any soon.
We worry about you, Will. And the thought of you being sent over to France, well, it frightens us.
I'm trained, Mother. If I get posted, I'll be ready. Shouldn't worry.
Well, when you have children, You'll know what it means to worry.
Why did you do it, William? Why did you join up when you knew how we felt?
Father, I told you at the time. How could I stand by while my friends all joined up? While other men went forth to fight this war, how could I stay here comfortable and let them fight for me? I'm an able-bodied young man. It's my duty. For my country.
Your father and I would have preferred that you stayed here, to help with the nursery, and to keep safe. You're a grown man. You've made your choice. But we worry.
I know. I promise I will keep writing. I'll tell you everything I can.
And don't you go filling your brother's head with any ideas of joining up.
Don't worry, I wouldn't. Not that I could. He has no intention.
At least he's got some sense.
We felt extremely lucky that, in his first 2 years of service, Will didn't get posted to the front. We could all rest easier knowing he was still in England. Of course, the war touched all of us in different ways eventually, and as we got into 1917, well, it caught up with our family too.
Grace will be in shortly. She's washing her hands after playing around with that dreadful car again.
Where's Robert?
Oh, I don't know. He's been acting very strangely this last couple of days. He's barely spoken to me and disappeared off goodness knows where all day.
Have you seen my new letter from William?
Oh, yes, I have. Oh, he sounds well. I'm just glad he's keeping himself safe. I will be happier when he next visits, though. I'm sure the food they give him isn't enough for a boy his age.
You're the only person who'd refer to a man of his age and size as being a boy still.
You know they'll always be my babies, no matter how old or big they get. And I dread to think the rubbish they serve up in those barracks.
Ah, is that our errant Robert now?
Oh, well, let's see if he's feeling a little more conversational today. Robert!
What? What have you done?
Mother, Father, I've been called up